It's late. The city is sleeping. The streets are quiet, soaked in rain, and the only sound left is the slow echo of your footsteps. You don't know where you're walking anymore, only that you can't stop. Because stopping means feeling the weight of everything you've lost. The dreams that once felt alive are now just ghosts haunting your mind. You stare at the ground, watching raindrops fall and blend into the mud, like the way your hopes have blended with disappointment. You ask yourself, how did I get here? You used to believe in yourself. You used to believe that one day the world would see what you're capable of. But time has a cruel way of testing people. It takes everything you love, everything you dream about, and asks, do you still want it now? Even after the pain? Most people break. Most people give up when the darkness gets too heavy. But not you. Somewhere deep inside, there's still a spark left. A voice whispering that this is not where your story ends. Maybe that voice is small right now. Maybe it's almost gone. But it's there. And if you can hear it, you still have a chance to turn everything around. Every great story starts in the dark. Every hero you've ever admired began where you are right now, broken, alone, and ready to give up. But they didn't. Not because they were born special, but because they refused to quit. Think about it. Every successful person you've seen, actors, athletes, inventors, dreamers, they all went through nights like this. Elon Musk once slept on the floor of his factory because he couldn't afford an apartment. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company. They didn't have magic. They just refused to stop when the world said no. And that's what separates winners from everyone else. It's not talent, it's persistence. It's the ability to keep walking when your legs are shaking. To believe in yourself when no one else does. You take another step forward and the rain hits your face harder. It's cold, but it wakes you up. You start to remember who you are. You start to remember that no one ever promised you an easy road. The people who make it in life are not the ones who got lucky. They are the ones who kept moving even when luck ran out. You stop under a flickering streetlight. The city feels empty, but for the first time, you don't feel small. You feel something burning inside you, a quiet anger, a determination. You realize that every person who doubted you will one day see what you became. Not because you wanted revenge, but because you wanted to prove to yourself that you could do it. You look up at the night sky. The clouds are thick, but you know there's a moon behind them. You can't see it yet, but it's there. That's what hope feels like. You may not see the light, but you know it's waiting for you. If you keep walking. Maybe life broke you down for a reason. Maybe it wanted to see how strong you really are. You were never meant to give up here. You were meant to rise here. You take a deep breath. You tighten your fists. And in that cold, silent night, you whisper to yourself, I'm not done yet. Because you're not. This is just the beginning of your comeback. The next morning doesn't come with sunshine. It comes with silence. You wake up tired, not just in your body, but in your soul. The world still looks gray. Nothing has magically changed overnight, but something inside you has shifted. It's small, almost invisible. Yet it's enough. You stand in front of the mirror. The person looking back isn't who you used to be. There are lines of pain under your eyes, maybe a little less hope in your smile. But there's also something new. Fire. That quiet determination that only people who've suffered understand. You whisper to yourself, no more running. You've been running from your own potential for too long, blaming time, luck, people, circumstances. But deep down, you know it's you who decides. You realize that the world isn't unfair. It's just honest. It gives its rewards to those who refuse to give up. So you start. Not with something big, not with something perfect. Just small steps. You clean your space. You write your goals again. You read, you learn, you work. It's not about feeling motivated every day. It's about showing up even when you don't. And slowly, the noise in your head begins to fade. The fear that once controlled you starts losing power. Every small win becomes proof that you are capable, that you can fight back. You begin to see the difference between motivation and discipline. Motivation comes and goes. It's emotion. But discipline? Discipline is what builds empires. It's what turns someday into today. You think about all the people who laughed at you, the ones who said you wouldn't make it. You don't hate them anymore. In fact, you thank them, because their doubt became your fuel. Every time someone told you you can't, it planted a seed in your heart that said, "Watch me." You start realizing that pain was never your enemy. It was your teacher. It taught you patience. It taught you hunger. It taught you to stand when you had every reason to fall. And that's the truth about success. It's not about being fearless. It's about walking forward with fear, through pain, against doubt. Because courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving in spite of it. You begin to build habits, routines, small victories. You wake up early. You write down your progress. You start taking care of your body and mind. You're not chasing perfection anymore. You're chasing growth. People around you start to notice. They see something different in your eyes. That spark they thought was gone is back, brighter than ever. You're not the same person who walked through the rain anymore. You're stronger, sharper, unstoppable. And then one day you wake up and realize you're not surviving anymore. You're living. That old version of you, the one who almost gave up, still whispers sometimes. But now you smile when you hear that voice, because you know you're no longer trapped there. You've crossed a bridge that few people have the courage to cross, the bridge between who you were and who you were meant to be. You've learned that life doesn't give second chances to everyone, but it gave one to you. And this time, you're not wasting it. You step out into the world again. The air feels different. The same streets that once felt heavy now feel alive. You realize that you don't need anyone's permission to chase your dream. The only approval you ever needed was your own. You're not chasing success anymore. You're becoming the kind of person success is attracted to. The night returns, but this time it's different. The same darkness that once made you feel small now feels calm, almost beautiful, because you've changed. You've faced the storm, and instead of breaking, you became part of it. You walk down that same old street again, the one that used to feel endless, but now your steps sound stronger, sharper, confident. Every drop of rain that hits your skin feels like a reminder of every tear you once shed, every moment you almost gave up, and every reason you didn't. You realize now that life never wanted to destroy you. It wanted to prepare you. It wanted to strip away your weakness, your fear, your excuses, until only your true self remained. You smile, because now you understand. Everything had to happen this way. The failures, the heartbreak, the rejection, it all served a purpose. It built you, it tested you, it forged a version of you that's unstoppable. You remember the nights you cried silently, the mornings you didn't want to get out of bed, the days when no one believed in you, and yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still fighting. That's not luck. That's strength. That's who you are. People will look at you now and say you're lucky. They won't see the pain you went through, the sacrifices you made, the nights you doubted everything. But you'll know. You'll know what it took to get here. And maybe one day, someone else will be walking through their own darkness. Someone who feels lost, just like you once did. They'll see your story, your strength, and they'll believe that they can rise too. That's how you change the world. Not with fame, not with power, but by becoming an example of resilience. You stop by a bridge and look down at the city lights reflecting in the water. It's peaceful now. You realize that success was never about proving others wrong. It was always about proving yourself right. About becoming the person you promised yourself you'd be. You whisper softly, I made it. But deep down, you know, it's not the end. It's a new beginning. Because once you've faced the darkness and won, nothing can stop you anymore. The world can doubt you, mock you, try to break you, but they can't take away what's already forged inside your soul. You've become something unshakable. You've become your own hero. And if anyone out there is listening, if you're standing in your own storm right now, feeling like it'll never end, remember this: you're stronger than you think. You're closer than you realize. Keep walking. Keep fighting. Because one day, you'll look back and see that all the pain was worth it. This world doesn't belong to the lucky. It belongs to the relentless, to the ones who refuse to give up, to people like you. So whatever your dream is, don't stop. Don't slow down. Don't let fear silence you. Every step you take is rewriting your story. Every moment you keep going is proof that you were built for more. One day, the world will hear your name. But before they do, you need to hear it yourself. Say it proudly. Believe it deeply. You are enough. You are capable. And this is just the beginning. And if this message reached your heart, if it made you remember who you are, then do one thing for me. Take a deep breath, lift your head high, and promise yourself you'll never give up again. Because your story matters. Your dream matters. You matter. And before you go, if this voice reminded you of your own power, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because somewhere out there, someone else needs to hear this too. And maybe you will be the reason they don't give up tonight.